Hi, I'm Leave Now with Parents at Go, and I have with me here Margrit Bitton. She's the preschool director for Sewell Hebrew Day. You see a lot of parents that come in with new children, and I know they come to you for advice a lot of the times, especially the new parents.
Right.
Is there some common question that you hear often?
Obviously, first-time parents they get very sleep deprived, and that's just part of having a baby. You don't get a lot of sleep anymore. Being sleep deprived, I feel it's always harder to deal with the emotions for a first-time mom. So I think what they look for is that one acknowledges their feelings, and also that it's okay, and they're not by their own, by themselves. The most questions come to me is behavioral. You got defiance, you got aggression, and I said, I hope, there's nothing wrong with my child, and certainly there's nothing wrong with that child.
So it's also a stage in the child's development.
Exactly, because they need to show their independence, especially when they're like the 18 months, 2-year-olds. It's part of their development, where it's very natural, where they have to show, they want to be independent, yet they don't have the tools yet. So
right.
How does it show? They have temper tantrums, they have meltdowns,
and they get frustrated with themselves, the children.
Very much so, and then that's when the parent a lot of times, I want to say lose it or doesn't know, how am I going to handle this situation?
So what kind of advice would you give to a new parent of a 2-year-old that has a temper tantrum?
Right. First of all, just kind of take a step backwards. Don't get your emotion involved into their emotion. I think you really have to separate that and understand, what's going on. And you just, a lot of things come with redirecting. You redirect the child. And also first acknowledge the feeling. Like I said, it's a stage, and really what we as parents, I think the one thing we need to just say, this is a normal phase. We will we will make it through this phase just as we did with other phases, and just keep patience. When the second one comes, obviously then the time you spend with your first one, all of a sudden that first one is kind of being put aside, and because you got to pay attention to that new baby.
Right.
So it depends on the child, the older one, their temperament, their personality. Some children are fine, and there's the transition happens nice and smooth. And then other ones really are not very happy to have that little baby in the house that actually will stay. Because sometimes they feel it's a temporary thing, but then they, after a while they realize, wait a second, this is not living, and that one is staying, And mommy and daddy pay a lot of attention to this child. So really, what you can do when it comes to multiple siblings, and it's sometimes hard, and again, you might not have the energy, but to really pay attention to this, to give close attention, focused attention to a child. It can be 10-15 minutes where the child knows that mommy is now there, here only for me.
Yes.
This is my time.
Is there anywhere that you're aware of in San Diego, or I don't know if it's internationally, that parents can get advice who are, who might not be in a preschool?
Have you heard of 0 to 3?
No, 0 to 3?
Yes, the best. I mean, you get any kind of advice. You just log on, 0 to 3.
And so that's spelled out?
Yes, 0 to 3.
Okay.
Yes. And if you Google, I mean, it gives you all kind of advice, every aspect of development, every aspect of raising children.
Is there any other advice that you wanted our viewers to know about, or it can be just very, very brief?
We're always in a hurry. We're always in a hurry. We don't have time to stop and just be. And as hard as it is, I think we sometimes need to acknowledge, just forget everything that is in the adult world, and just to really just be here for the child and enjoy the moments, because the time we have them when they're little is very short.
Very much, Margaret.
You're welcome.
And thank you to our viewers for watching. I hope this session has helped you, and we'll see you next time.